Okay, so when I first got my real estate license in the 90s, if we needed to reduce the price of a listing, it was not super scientific. It was just sort of like a pragmatic move where after maybe 30 or 60 days, if a listing was not getting offers or not getting showings, that we would recommend a price reduction. We didn't always know how much to reduce the price. We didn't know when the perfect timing would be to reduce the price, but in general, we knew that when the price was lowered, response would improve. These days, it's very, very different, and there's a lot more science and data behind when and how much to change a price. The first thing we can do is look at the web traffic. I can see in real time what the engagement is on a listing with how many eyeballs are on it on Zillow, on Trulia, on Realtor.com, on our own website. So the web traffic is certainly a very good start, but there's certainly way beyond that. We can see how many people bookmark or save a listing. If you've ever searched for real estate online, you've probably added a listing to your favorites. And if something has more favorites, as opposed to something that has nobody bookmarking it, that'll instruct us. The other thing that we can use is a proprietary client portal. And that is something we have that we can actually see the behavior of registered users in our client database and how they are responding with web traffic, with how long they look at it, how many times they look at it. It's very, very granular. Perhaps the most exciting thing, though, is something called predictive analytics. And it uses all of the data that I just described. And it takes also into account the closed MLS information on actually closed listings. And we can almost slide the mouse up and down with price to see how much the predicted response would be where the price lands. So we can say that the price, if it goes down $25,000, the response will go up 20%. Or if we raise the price $10,000, that the response doesn't change or something like that. So the predictive analytics is very exciting. And the last thing is actually old, but seldom used, and it's called reverse prospecting. It's an MLS tool. It's been around forever. And we can simply see on a listing how many of our colleague agents in the MLS have emailed that listing to a client. And based on that list, it'll tell us if we're priced right or not, or how we're performing. If it's a short list, then the agents are not favoring it. If it's a long list, but we don't have a lot of showings or offers, then it's the buying public that's passing on it. Now, with technology, every house is open 24/7 anyway. So with these tools, that allows us to figure out when and by how much a listing should be revised in price. It takes a lot of the guesswork out of it, and we don't let the technology do our thinking for us, but it does instruct us in our advice to our clients. So if one of our agents certainly approaches a client about a price change, they've got a lot of evidence and a lot of science and a lot of data to pursue that advice.